Good morning. Some stories hit us hard because they remind us of our own families, the calls we didn't make, the words we never said, the years that slipped away while we stayed silent. Today is one of those stories. If you're over 45, you probably remember Meghan Markle as Rachel Zane on Suits, the girl next door with the warm smile. And you might remember that her dad, Thomas Markle, was the proud lighting director who spent 4 decades in Hollywood making sure the stars looked perfect. He raised Meghan mostly on his own, paid for her schools, and kept every article ever written about her in scrapbooks. He drove her to auditions. He taught her to write thank you notes. He worked 6-day weeks so she could graduate from Northwestern with no student debt. He was a working-class man who adored his daughter. And when Meghan fell in love with a real-life prince, Thomas was supposed to walk her down the aisle. The whole world expected that moment. Then everything collapsed. A staged paparazzi photo scandal, 2 heart attacks, and a father who couldn't make it to the wedding. Meghan called him crying, begging him to get better. That was the last real conversation they ever had. 7 years of silence followed. He's never met Archie, never met Lilibet, never even held a photo that wasn't in a magazine. He turned 80 alone. Fast forward to this week. Thomas is in a hospital in Tijuana, Mexico after doctors amputated his left leg. Severe circulation issues. Blood clots. The leg had turned black. The surgery saved his life, but recovery at 81 is rough. He's learning to live without the leg that once carried his little girl on his shoulders. And in his first interview since the operation, with tears running down his face, he asked the world a question no parent ever wants to ask. I wonder, if I died tomorrow, would Meghan even come to my funeral? That one sentence felt like a punch. Because almost every one of us over 45 has someone we haven't spoken to in years. A parent, a sibling, a child. Someone we keep telling ourselves we'll call soon, until one day, there might not be a soon. Thomas tried to explain himself. He said he's not asking for money, not asking for fame. He just wants 5 minutes. 5 minutes to tell his daughter he's proud of her. 5 minutes to say goodbye properly if that's what life has planned. He even made a dark little joke through his tears. Maybe if I get a royal funeral, she'll show up. At least I get to see her one last time. Now, to keep things fair, Meghan has her side too. She has spoken about trust, boundaries, the tabloids, and protecting her children. Families are complicated. Pain lives on both sides. But pain doesn't cancel pain, and hurt doesn't cancel love. Thomas ended the interview with words that stayed with me long after it was over. He said, I held her when she was born. I taught her how to ride a bike. I paid for her wedding dress even though I never saw her wear it. If this is how it ends, at least let me hear her say I love you, Dad, one more time. Stories like this aren't just news. They're reminders. They tell us that forgiveness isn't about who was right. It's about who's left. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is pick up the phone, even if your hands are shaking. Because one day that phone might ring and no one answers. Call someone you missed today. You never know how much time is left. If this story moved you, tap like so it reaches more people who need to hear it. Leave a heart or a prayer in the comments for Thomas and for every fractured family watching. And make sure you follow Xplained daily. We bring you stories that make you feel, think, and remember what matters. One last question before you go, and answer honestly. Who do you need to call today? This is Xplained Daily. See you tomorrow, and go make that call.